Imagine a world completely lost to time, like a magnificent, sprawling metropolis that was just thriving while a lot of human history was honestly still in its infancy. Welcome to this explainer, where today we're unlocking an ancient narrative. It's a story of incredible human triumph, bustling commerce, and a really mysterious disappearance that kept some pretty amazing secrets buried for millennia.
So I want you to think about this. What if an ancient city actually had better drainage than some modern towns? I know, it sounds impossible, right? When we think of antiquity, we usually picture these chaotic, kind of muddy villages. But the reality of what we're exploring today completely shatters that illusion. We are talking about a society that engineered civic solutions that some municipalities today literally still struggle to implement. To really wrap our heads around this marvel, we have to travel back about 4,500 years, long before the empires we usually see in movies. Actually, right around the exact same time the Great Pyramids were being built, a vast, super sophisticated city was thriving right on the banks of a mighty river. It wasn't just surviving, it was a highly organized society operating at absolute peak efficiency. Okay, let's dive into this and give this incredible society its proper name. The Indus Valley Civilization. This was an absolutely amazing ancient culture. They were known for these vast, highly planned urban centers built right along the riverbanks, which, eventually became completely lost to time. But this wasn't just some legend or a myth. It was a living, breathing city that was painstakingly designed by actual master planners.
The physical layout of this place, it is genuinely mind-boggling. They didn't just throw up some basic shelters. They built highly advanced infrastructure. We're talking wide, spacious roads laid out on a precise grid. They had solid, paved houses that offered real permanence. And get this, highly planned, covered drainage systems. These details reveal a deep, almost modern understanding of public health. It implies a level of centralized authority and civic planning that existed thousands of years before Rome was even a thought.
The sheer contrast here is just staggering. On one hand, you have a cityscape from 4.5 millennia ago, and on the other, conveniences we strictly associate with our modern world. It's absolutely fascinating that an ancient society figured out grid layouts, complex sanitation, and structured housing millennia before the whole concept of a quote-unquote modern city was even born. But hey, a city is really nothing without its people, right? Beyond all the bricks and the drains, there was a super vibrant daily life happening here. You had artisans crafting incredibly precise clay pots, and merchants just conducting this bustling local business right in the streets. And they were wildly ambitious, too. They were actively trading goods via sea routes with distant lands like Mesopotamia. This wasn't an isolated town. It was a thriving international economic hub. But, every great story has a turning point, and for them, it was dictated entirely by nature. For centuries, the city thrived right there by the water. But eventually, the very river that gave them life began to shift. It actually changed its course. And without that primary water source and vital trade route, brutal hardship set in. The citizens were forced into this tragic relocation, and slowly, that once great metropolis was just swallowed up by the earth. So, for thousands of years, just silence. The city remained totally hidden underground, basically acting as a massive time capsule just waiting in the dark. But then, millennia later, archaeologists finally dug through those layers of forgotten time and uncovered this civilization. They brought these wide roads and ancient trading hubs back to the surface, successfully rediscovering a totally vital, lost chapter of human history. This whole unearthing perfectly illustrates their true legacy. Even though they were lost in the pages of history for so long, their achievements still completely amaze us today. It's such a powerful reminder that human ingenuity has incredibly deep roots. Their remarkable infrastructure and profound understanding of urban planning left behind a blueprint of civilization that really speaks volumes about exactly who they were. And remember, we are part of that very same human timeline. So I want to leave you with this to think about. If a city this advanced, a society with paved houses, modern-style drainage, and international trade can completely disappear under the earth, what will archaeologists find of us in 4,500 years?